constituency of Brentford and Isleworth, the constituency now number 2nd with the highest migrant voting power after Brent Central. And with us is the MP of the constituency, Mary Macloed, and her commandos for the elections. Mary, last few days.
Yes, it's really exciting. I mean, it is a really important election, this one. It's one of the most important elections in a generation, and every single vote will count, which is why we're here today on the streets of Hounslow, to try and persuade as many people as possible that, you know, they have a choice in this election, and I want them to vote Conservative. So that it'll be up to me to try and persuade them to do that in the last few days.
Why so important, do you think?
You know, this is an important election because when we took over government in 2010, the country was literally on its knees. Banks were crashing and you know, it was such a bad time, and therefore what we've tried to do in the last 5 years is rebuild that economy. We're now the fastest growing economy in the Western world. We've created 1,000 jobs per day. We need to keep going on that plan so that we actually deliver for the people of Britain and make this country better. And then if we do that, we can invest in the things that people care about, like the National Health Service, invest in education and schools. Those things are just so critically important to everybody's lives, and therefore we want to make sure we're carrying on that plan rather than risk going back to Labour and the chaos and confusion that will give.
Okay. Now, for your constituency, what are your issues? 1, 2, 3.
The first thing is jobs and growth. So we have literally worked to get more new businesses started. About 10,000 new businesses have started. Reducing unemployment, so general unemployment is down 37%, and youth unemployment down 50%. So, and increasing the numbers of apprenticeships, so 2,400 apprenticeships. So getting people into work is the most important thing that we can do. Secondly, it's about education in schools, because that's the future generation, making sure that they're actually getting the opportunities that they need to have fulfilling lives. And here we were really short of school places. So I've now managed to confirm 4 new schools, 2 primaries and 2 secondaries. So that allows us over the next few years to have enough school places for our young people.
Okay. So Mary, on the last note, how difficult has this been for you?
Well, it's a tough campaign,
yes.
Because, you know, I have 130,000 residents, and you have to try and get to every single house and get to speak to as many people as possible. So, you know, you're doing as much as you can on social media, but lots of it actually depends on going door to door, giving them leaflets, going to public meetings. So all of those things, you're trying to engage with all the different sort of local issues that there are. You know, and crime has been one of the things where, even though it's come down 16%, we want to make sure we're supporting and doing more on crime and more to help get rid of domestic violence and abuse. So there's so much that you want to get involved in. But this election, it's just been very, very busy. But you know, that's good, because actually we have to fight for every vote, and that's in a way shows how strong our democracy is here, where people have a voice and that their vote actually does matter.
Your constituency is very high in migrant vote. Yes. Do you think their demands are slightly different to that of the national issues?
Well, to some extent, they care about the same things in terms of, do we have a good health service, you know, and do they get the care when they need it? You know, are there schools for their children? Because, you know, they absolutely want to aspire for their young people to be the best that they can be. So all of those things are sort of the same. Sometimes there are specific issues, like, you know, my Gurdwara was interested in perhaps creating a new school, so therefore they came to speak to me about that. They spoke to me about the turban at airports. So every now and again, you know, there are specific things, and I will absolutely fight for them. That is why I do regular surgeries in the Gurdwara and in the mosque and in my Hindu temple to speak to people and hear their concerns, because a member of Parliament should be accessible and visible and responsive and fighting on the things that people care about, and that's what I've tried to do in the last 5 years, and hopefully if I'm elected I will be doing for the next 5.
Brilliant, thank you, Mary. Last bit, how, on a personal note, how taxing has it been for your life? Have you lost weight? Have you have, I can see that. that's not the point, but how's your house? How's it been for you?
Yes, no, I must say my house has got a lot more untidy over the election period. I mean, it is, your life basically kind of stops for the election, and you just keep, every hour you can, you're out on the street, out round the doors, speaking to people. But given there's only, it's literally the election is on us, you want to give it 200%. So that's what you do. And then hopefully family and friends, they completely understand. They're there fighting with you. And then I can do all of those other things after the election. But this is so important, this election, and because every vote counts, I will be out every hour I can, night and day, until
and the house can wait. The cleaning can wait. The house can wait.
And the washing we'll wait till after.
Absolutely, thank you. And the great people around you, thank you very much. Are you all going to sleep?
Yeah.
They walk miles and miles every single day. They really work They work really hard to get your vote, and your vote has to come out. I say every time, all of you have to go out and vote. Whoever you vote, if you have not decided, please make up your mind, or make up your mind when you go there, but do exercise your right to vote. It's your right to secure your future. On this platform of UK elections and ethnic diaspora, while speaking to people in election Chaupaal, I discovered that a lot of Asian and people from the Indian origin have not yet decided to vote. Have they made up their mind just a day to go for the polls? Let's find out after the break.